Hello everyone, I am Anselmo d'Aosta, but you can just call me Anselm of Canterbury. I was born in Aosta, Italy, in 1033 AD, and I am basically a Benedictine monk and the Archbishop of Canterbury. I was selected to review today's video. Buckle up because today's will be a roller coaster of knowledge. Now, before we begin, I am told that we must do an introduction to the audience. Alright, so today we're going to discuss a very short clip of Aron, where he's on the Non Sequitur show talking to Dr. Kent Hovind about evolution and defining what a biblical kind is. Now, Aron does have a video regarding his phylogeny challenge, which I'll address momentarily. But first, let's just hear what his main question is and go from there.
You're trying to derail, but go ahead. Change it to whatever subject.
How about we do this? Because there's a lot of crosstalk. Aron, ask your question again, very directly, very succinctly, and then we'll have Kent directly answer that single solitary question, not going back to anything that's been previously discussed up to date. Just what question did you just ask that you want him to have a direct answer to?
Well, no, I didn't get to answer the very first one yet about what is a species or what is a biblical kind. I'm trying to answer that.
Start there, because that is the same. That topic has not changed. Yeah. It's the same thing I've been talking about since the beginning. He thinks it's multiple subjects. It's not. It's just that he has no clue what he's talking about. So please, let's get back to the one and only subject we've been discussing so far. Identify kinds as distinguished from other kinds. Give me a couple of different species, for example, that we can identify as being different created kinds. Things that ideally scientists would consider closely related. Not as far apart as you can find them, but something that scientists would say, well, these are both in this group, and you say, no, these are both individual creations. Give me that example.
All right, so let's start this video by defining what exactly a biblical kind is. Just know that I'll be posting in a series of videos of my own that will address Aron's challenge. Anyways, the definition of a biblical created kind goes as follows. A created kind is an animal or plant group with a recognizable base form and structure that doesn't change over time, has limited variation and surface features over time. And in addition to this, a biblical created kinds has a reproductive discontinuity between kinds, as well as having reproductive continuity within a kind. Also, know that a biblical created kind has a recognizable shape that doesn't change significantly over time, even if those features are, well, say coloration for example. Yet, though it changes frequently, and based on experience, the level of a biblical created kind is usually around the family classification. And finally, the definition of what a biblical created kind is, well, this means that under the standard definition of evolution, speciation can in fact exist within a created kind, and that those processes of speciation is expected within said created kind. This variable is perfect because we as Christians can confidently say that speciation, mutation, variation and adaptation are merely mechanisms for defining what a created kind is. Alright, so before we end today's video, let's address a few more things. Firstly, when it comes to the evolutionary tree of life regarding the evolution of plants and animals, many Christian denominations and individuals find the scientific evidence for evolution, including the concept of a common ancestor, the evolutionary tree of life, to be fully compatible with their faith. This perspective is often referred to as theistic evolution or evolutionary creation. Major Christian bodies such as the Catholic Church and the Episcopal Church have issued statements acknowledging the validity of evolutionary science. The issue Christians have is solely on human evolution itself. The compatibility of human evolution with Christianity also depends heavily on the specific theological interpretation, with views ranging from full acceptance to outright rejection. The primary points of contention revolve around the historicity of a single Adam and Eve, the origin of the human soul, and the nature of the fall, or the original sin. Many Christians and denominations, including the Catholic Church and mainline Protestant churches, find human evolution compatible with their faith. Now, under the idea of baraminology, Adam and Eve were the original human species, and they diversified into other human species, especially after the dispersion of Babel. Anyways, I'll catch you for part 2 so we can better look at the phylogeny challenge.